Discover Brookside Crunchy Clusters.
By 3.
All right, then. I didn't know what that was, so I was sitting there like, what are we waiting on? All right, folks, there's a new book out. It's called Reach, 40 Black Men Speak on Living, Leading, and Succeeding. It is edited by Ben Jealous, and a number of people who have written essays in the book, including Lou Gossett Jr., Isaiah Thomas, John Legend, Russell Simmons, even Radio 1 CEO, Alfred Liggins. David, they didn't ask you to write anything?
Not yet, but look, I'm gonna be in Reach 2.
Gotcha. Yeah, you're gonna Reach 2. Yeah, they even asked me to write anything. Okay, I'm just checking, make sure. Hogan, you honorary brother, so they didn't ask you to write anything?
No.
Okay.
I was gonna write the R&B section, but they didn't ask me.
Yeah, you're gonna write the R&B section.
LSG section.
I did. One of the folks who has certainly written, who's a contributor to the book, is Van Jones. He joins us via Skype from Washington D.C. Van, how you doing? Van, you there?
Hey, can you tell me when we're doing this?
Van, you there? Is Van there?
Hey, it's Van.
All right, Van, we're actually live, Van, so you just asked, can y'all tell me when we're doing it? We're doing it right now. So, Van Jones, let's talk about this book, man. 40 Black Men Speak on Living, Leading, and Succeeding. How important is it to have brothers speaking from their vantage point about their life and these issues?
Well, the first thing I just want to say is that, this book is a really important breakthrough. So much of the media coverage for African-American men is so negative. And we finally have a book that really looks at everybody from John Legend, people who you see on TV, you don't know how they got on TV. And it's very personal. Some of these are well-known names, some of these names you've never heard of before. But it's an opportunity for somebody, if you are an African-American male or no one, and you're wondering, how am I going to get from A to B to C to get to my dreams? Is it even possible? These are very intimate essays and stories that really get you under the hood of the car, of the engine, of the hope, of the dreams, of the challenges that we go through trying to get where we are. Man, so I just want to say how proud I am to be a part of this whole effort.
Eton Thomas did a book on fatherhood, and I contributed to that book. And it was great because it is different when you hear men speaking to their issues. I mean, let's just be honest. I mean, when you see these kind of books, typically you will have women who put these books out, and also in the book industry, they even believe that men, especially black men, don't even read. Hill Harper talked about that when he did his book. He got turned down by every major publishing house because they said, "I'm sorry, black men don't read." And of course, when he did publish the book, it was successful. And they went, "Oh, I guess brothers do read."
Yeah, well, overcoming is kind of what we do. For 400 years, that's what we've had to do, is to overcome and to be able to find that inner resilience, that inner voice. You were talking earlier, sometimes you'll hear a voice from on high that you're going to have a role in a movie. Everybody's laughing at you. Nobody believes in you, and yet it comes through. And so, that's a part of I think, the genius of black folk is to make a way out of no way, and to find faith in circumstances and situations that a lot of people would give up hope on. I just want to also give a shout out to Travian Shorters for being able to pull this book off with Ben Jealous. Okay. It was a lot of work that went into pulling a book like this together. To get black men on the same page is a lot of work. I'm having a little bit of trouble hearing you though. I think they're gonna call me in, so that I can actually hear your voice a little bit better.
Okay, Hogan, you want to say something?
Well, I just had a question actually for Van, but if he's going to call back in, we can do that in a moment.
Van, can you hear Hogan?
Yeah, I can barely hear you, but I know they're going to call me. They said they were going to call me,
All
so
right,
I
so
can hear your voice a little bit better.
So let's go ahead. Y'all get Van on the phone so we can sort this audio problem out. One of the things I think is also critically important is that when we're talking about issues of the day, and we're talking about what matters, all too often black men are left out of the conversation.
Right. Well, more importantly, their views and their ideas and what they think about
what's going on is left out of the conversation. So I think obviously something like this, where you're already sort of explaining what people are already doing, is a good thing. It's one of the nice things about the internet and all the blogs that have sort of risen up, is you get alternative news and alternative views, but it's nice to see it compiled in one book, you know.
Yeah. I like what Van said. Overcoming is kind of what we do, and I think that's that kind of positive message and that kind of positive way of looking at issues that face black men that I think is important in a book like Reach, or any kind of forum where black men can sort of workshop ideas that challenge us.
Hogan, what's your question for Van? We got him on the phone.
Right. Van, quick question. Congratulations on the book. But in particular, and I don't want to put you on the spot because I know you have a lot of great folks in the book, but is there a particular topic or one of the particular essays that really spoke to you and touched on maybe something that's going on today that's current, one of the struggles that you see or you read about when you put this book together that really touched you, and could you kind of promote that a little bit?
Hey, I got cut off, man.
Okay, we got him there. So, Hogan, repeat your question again.
Real quickly, Van, I was just asking, is there a particular essay within the book that really touched you, reached out to you, that I know that they're all really good, but I mean, is there one that you particularly saw and thought, this is really going to touch a lot of hearts and minds?
Well, you know, Shaka Senghor, he was really, his story touched me. I don't know if you know his name yet. I think he will become a household name in the black community, almost like a Michelle Alexander, except this brother actually did 20 years on a gang-related murder. So, I mean, he's the guy that everybody is afraid of and that everybody, you know, feels like is irredeemable. But he did his 20 years. He did 7 years in solitary confinement. He came out. He somehow managed to transform himself in a way that very few humans do, period, in history. He's now an MIT fellow. His TED talk about his experience as why you shouldn't judge someone based on the worst thing they've ever done has now 1 million views plus. I'm proud to be working with him on a campaign called Cut 50 to reduce the prison population by half in 10 years. But this brother is unbelievable. His name's Shaka Senghor. I think of all the stories, his story of going from, you know, he had been shot. He was in PTSD. He took somebody else's life. He regrets it every minute of every day. But he found a way, even in the worst prison and the worst conditions in prison, to turn his life around. Now he's making a tremendous contribution, and I found that to be probably the most hopeful story.
All right, Van Jones, we appreciate it, man. Hey, Van, you going to the All-Star game?
You know, I'm not going to go, but your friend Prince is going to be there, so look out.
Yeah, I know, because I was going to call you. So my wife's birthday is tomorrow. I'm going to New York for All-Star game, so I need you to make a phone call, hook a brother up for the Nike party. Yeah, you know I was going to call you.
Hey, you know how we do. You know how we do.
You know exactly how we do. So I'm going to text you.
That's why he's asking you live on air.
That's precise. I'm going to hit you up when we get off the air. All right, man. I appreciate it, man. Thanks a lot.
Yes, all right, brother. Bye-bye.
All right, folks, again, the book is called Reach, 40 Black Men Speak on Living, Leading, and Succeeding. It's What the Hell Thursday, and we're going to break down some of these crazy, ridiculous stories. You know it's going to be lots of fun. Hit me up with your thoughts on Twitter at News1 or at Roland S. Martin, and go to our News1 Facebook page. Thanks a bunch to Hogan, Lauren, and David. 16 before top of the hour, News1 now on TV1.